Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and this is a little too loud for me, but well, I think it might be a little too loud for you guys. But last time I had one of these, I had a question for you. What games did you like to see the most? Why was I doing this? Well, I had 11 to 12 series, and it turns out I think I had 11 series if I included. Yeah, I think I had 11 series total. Did I? Nah, I don't remember. Might have actually been 10, but I wanted to reduce it down to the point where I had 7 because I can't keep recording small sessions for each series and then processing them through Filmora. It just got really difficult. It's a lot, based on the past couple weeks, it was a lot easier to record an hour, cut it up into two, like process it through, or really an hour to 2 hours, process all of it through Filmora, like half an hour chunks throughout the day, and then get them out to you guys. Because what I ended up doing for them is, okay, one day I recorded an hour and a half, chopped that up, and I took footage that I'd recorded the previous couple days, and then chopped those up. And well, I had them already chopped up, and then I just edited them through Filmora. But anyways, it's a lot easier to do one series on one day than multiple series and try to get it ready for the rest. So it's a lot easier to do that. So I decided to put it to a vote to see which game stays and which series stays and which will be put on pause for now. So the results: the series that will be sticking is Minecraft and Star Sector, obviously. PS2 series had a couple of votes for that one. RimWorld Royalty, personal choice. StarCraft 2 co-op and solo, that was Dean, the guy who actually played those ones. He voted for that. So yeah, although he more told me than voted in the comments, but anyways. Oblivion, that was a personal choice. And Monster Hunter World Iceborne, a personal choice. And the main reason for that last one is because it's almost at an end. It's kind of getting to an end. We're getting to, I think I'm at the point where I'm getting ready to fight Velkhana, and then it's a couple more Elder Dragon fights after that. And some Guiding Land stuff. The monsters there, I have to go find a couple new monsters. Need to get to hunt Master Rank 100, and then we'll be done that series. So yeah, that one's actually going to come to an end rather soon, I think, now that I think about it. So my temporarily paused series is going to be Dragon Age Origins, which that one might pick up after Monster Hunter World so that we can get that one done and finished with. Skyrim Roleplay, which will return after this outbreak is done and everybody's going back to work and nobody's cooped up in the house, although I don't know if that's ever going to come to pass, so I might just have to record it when, you know, only myself, or when I know that nobody else is going to bug me or come downstairs. Prison Architect, it'll come back again at some point, maybe after a couple of updates or after Monster Hunter World Iceborne, I'm not sure. That was the 3 that I happened to see. There may be one more, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, I also wanted to talk about some ideas for the future. So, for the future streams, I'm still trying to fix up on the last stream incident, and if you didn't know this one, my No Man's Sky was very, very laggy. Very laggy. And no, it wasn't because I died. The game crashed, and I knew if I was going to try to play it again, it would probably end up crashing if I maybe warped to a new system, or if I just tried to, well, it allowed me to warp to a system, but I figured maybe it would do the same thing again if I attempted to do anything else. So yeah, I'm still trying to fix up from that incident, as well as when I tried to do for Monster Hunter World. I've also have some missing streams to make up for, so yeah, there's still that. And I even missed one last week, but for the next couple of streams, it'll just be Forge of Empires or another light on the graphics game, and I might even go ahead and plug in Plants vs Zombies when I'm doing that, because I know that's one of the ones that, hey, that's a game I wanted to do. The first one, not the not PVZ2. And for if I do Plants vs Zombies as a stream, I'll let you guys know what's going on for that at the time. And once Monster Hunter World Iceborne, the main series for that is finished, the streams will be alternating. I seem to have accidentally deleted that part. Between Forged Vampire, No Man's Sky, and Monster Hunter World Iceborne, with the possibility to have more games cycled in. And so, future series plans. I've got plans to eventually make a Age of Empires 1 and 2 campaign playthrough after StarCraft 2 is finished, so I've decided to tackle on those ones. And Age of Empires 2 is going to take a lot longer than Age of Empires 1, mainly because I've already played through a good portion of the Age of Empires 1 campaign when I was a kid, and I did some testing around on some of the newer ones. So yeah, those ones are going to be... First game's going to be a bit easier than the second game. I've gotten suggestion for Total War 2 Warhammer. I hope I pronounced that right. Which I plan on playing at some point. It might also come after one of the... I'll mention which game series it might come after, or it might come in between. Like as, you know, substituting it into there. This one might also come after, might come after one of the other series that I plan on having after Monster Hunter World. That's not confusing at all. But at some point, I do want to play Total War 2 Warhammer. That did look like a fun game. The Total War series does look like a really fun series to cover. And I'm told that Total War 2 is the better one. I really hope I'm pronouncing these right. I don't think I am, but I really hope that I am. Civilization 4, Caveman to Cosmos is also something that's coming up a lot down the line. I've done some testing up to the beginning of the Iron Age, and so far it hasn't caused too much lag in between turns when I've set it to only 8 starting civilizations, and other civilizations can start up. However, I think that it will definitely be a concern. And I know in that one, I ended up spawning on a continent that had 3 other civilizations on it. And I ate them up, so that probably helped. I don't know if I'm going to play on an archipelago map or a custom continents map. Might even have it like a custom, like 3 or 4 custom continents, or you guys let me know what you want to see for that one. So for those who watch Civilization. And not to mention the smaller games that don't take too much time, like Block Fortress, Plants vs Zombies, and Ironclad, to name a couple, or I guess in this case a few. Like I said, they might even become their own set. They might even become just something I stream along the side. Who knows? But now we have into the big Plants series. And these are the ones I've had kind of cooped up. Well, one of them I've had on my mind to do in the future, like as a really big series. I'm not sure which it's going to take over for that one, but we had a recent announcement that really got me excited. Sony announced something that I found amazing, and that's Ratchet & Clank Rifts Apart, a brand new Ratchet & Clank game. I love these games to death, and I really want to play it. It's also going to be the sole reason I get a PS5. Also, it might, with the hopes that it eventually Elder Scrolls 6 gets released. So yeah, and this might also allow me to, if they put this onto the PlayStation 5, I might be able to play the other PlayStation 3 / PlayStation 4 game, Ratchet & Clank games. So that's also going to help out for that. But the main thing is I plan on doing Ratchet & Clank Rifts Apart on release day. I'm going to put everything that has to go on pause to either record this game or stream it. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to do, but this one I'm really excited for. I love this series and I've been dying for a new game. So the fact that this is coming out is perfect. I've also acquired Stellaris, and all except for the Federations expansion because it went on sale, and I picked it up all the expansions and the game for about, I think it was between 40 and 50 bucks, which honestly is a pretty good deal considering all of it at full price. I think is around somewhere, I think it's north of $150. Not 100% sure, but the fact that I got it like that, it's perfect. Reminds me of when I got the Elder Scrolls Anthology, so all the 5 major titles plus all of the major DLCs for 40 bucks way back when, which was amazing. I haven't played any of the other games. Maybe we might do a series on, well, I don't actually have a disc reader, but yeah, I haven't played Stellaris yet, and I want to keep my first time as a series for this channel. And I'm aware that I'm fairly certain that Stellaris is a absolute massive game, especially when you factor in all of the expansions. And at some point, I'm probably going to pick up Federations and maybe even the newest one that comes out by then, because I guarantee there's going to be at least one expansion coming out before I get another expansion coming out before I get to this game. And I didn't include this on here, but with Stellaris, I also would like to do Civ 6 at some point, because I think that one would be fun as well. And, well, yeah, I didn't mention that on there, but as a bit of a side note, Civ 6 is kind of one that I've had my eyes on for a while, but I want to wait for that to go on sale, to have some of it go on sale before I start picking it up. And of course, like I said, for Monster Hunter World Iceborne, I've got my Master Challenge that I have for myself, which I'll announce more of once the series portion is complete. And, well, yeah, I'll speak more to that when that day comes. So, now for the updated schedule. Something to note, this will change as series ends. So, for instance, when Monster Hunter World Iceborne, that series eventually ends, one of the ones that we currently have on pause will pick up after it. And when StarCraft ends, Age of Empires will pick up on that one. Each series will have 2 episodes coming out on that day. One hopefully when I'm editing the second video, and the other one will come at the end of the day, probably when I come home from work. I tend to work at my part-time job night shifts a lot, so, well, at least closing shifts, so it'll come out right after that, so it might be the next day. If it is the next day, note that that is for that day, and there'll still be 2 new episodes coming out the next one. Some series I'll be recording ahead of time, such as PS2 series, while I'm running Filmora in the background. That way I can keep ahead of it. I know Monster Hunter World Iceborne still has a lot recorded ahead of time, and it's going to continue to have more recorded ahead of time. In time, I might actually be able to get up to 3 episodes a day. I'm going to start with 2, going to bump up to 3 at some point. It might even go to 4, who knows. I know some series will go up to 4. Not all of them will. For instance, PS2, that tends to take a while since I have to record it, then run it through Filmora, and I'm going to likely be running other things through Filmora while I'm recording that. So, yeah. Stream days will only have 1 episode. Well, it'll have 1 less episode. For now, it's just going to be 1, but if I eventually get up to 3 episodes a day, then it'll be 2. And I don't think it'll go any higher than that. Going up, as streams tend to take up time, and I need all the CPU I can get focusing on the games. Now, if it's something simple like Forge of Empires, maybe I might have it running in the background. But, yeah. So, without further ado, the schedule. So, as we see here, I'm just going to pull up my mouse over. We have RimWorld Royalty on Sundays, Oblivion on Mondays, Minecraft Tuesdays, PS2 Series Wednesdays, Star Sector Thursday, StarCraft Friday, and Monster Hunter World Iceborne on Saturdays. Any one of these days that have a stream will have 1 less episode, and in the case of Monster Hunter World Iceborne, that one will when that series ends, one of the 2 other series that I currently have that doesn't require me to sound strange when I'm playing it will be picking up its place. I gotta see where I'm at for Dragon Age, but I might choose to do Prisoner. Maybe Prison Architect? Maybe? Just to get... because I still want to build a prison on it, and I'd still like to show a couple of escape attempts from it. From other prisons, but... oh, wow. Dang, that's already ended. Hey, you know what? We'll just roll right into this one. We'll just roll right into the soundtrack. Maybe turn it down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, I think that should be good enough. Yeah, that'll do. Where was I? Oh, yeah. One of the two series will, either Dragon Age or Prison Architect, will roll right into the slot, and I'm still not sure where I'm going to put Skyrim. It'll probably be like a still on Skyrim Sunday, which means RimWorld Royalty would just move to this spot here. I have to, when I'm able to record that series again, we'll solve that later down the road. And of course, streams can be any one of these days. I'm going to try to do some more night streams, and those ones might not last as long. For instance, Monday is, I think I'm going to have maybe a 1 hour stream of Forge of Empires. I'll have to see what I put in the announcement video for that, which is ironically coming out on Monday, which is today. So yeah. That's well, I guess that's this update all done with. I hope you all enjoyed what you see. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoy. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button if you are really excited for the future. And as always, until next time, take it easy.